Welcome
to the
Millennial.
I almost said Gen Z
Millennial Gen Z
Paradox
podcast.
Woohoo!
We're super cool. This
Very
is
cool.
episode 9.
Oh fuck.
We've been doing this for 9 weeks. Can you believe that?
Yes.
Yes. I like how you're just like, yes, I can. This has
Maybe
been a
we'll get
long-
100 weeks.
This has been a long time putting up with my older sister being the boss.
Oh no, we
She's
might
bossy.
end
I'm so off. I apologize in advance because I'm just having a rough life. Dear God, hey, it's me, Abigail. Can you stop giving me curveballs, please? I would really fucking appreciate it. My life doesn't need to be this hard. Okay? I'm resilient. Can you meet me halfway with like one fucking win, please? Just one. One win. One. That's all I want.
$1 million.
That would be great. Can I win the lottery? Is that in the cards for me?
There was a job
One
opportunity.
fucking win.
There was a job opportunity for Cody on the PGA website for like
Yeah.
golf people, and he was all like, "You wouldn't have to work if I got that job." And
Did
I'm
he
like,
apply?
I was all like, I'm not a housewife. We might have to like. I would still work. I could not be a housewife.
No,
No.
I could.
I don't know what to do on my days off.
There's things in the house that need to be, like, I would be more willing to do more around the house if I had the time to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
I have-
cleaning and cooking and, like...
I would cook. I love to cook. I would bake. Because I love to bake. But if I don't like cleaning up after myself.
Pay attention to Riku, like, take her on more walks, take her to the dog park.
I wouldn't take Luna to a dog park.
No, Luna wouldn't do well in a dog park, but Riku loved going to the one downtown.
Yeah.
Because she's just so friendly. Oh my goodness.
I don't try. Oh my gosh.
I caught a picture of Riku making friends with the neighborhood kitty. So there's this kitty that free roams around the neighborhood, Orange Tabby or whatever.
Luna's scared of cats.
And Riku hunts her. But this is like the friendliest cat. It's very strange. So she was hiding under a car while we were walking on the sidewalk by. And so the cat kind of came to investigate. And Riku would not leave the area. Cause she's like, I want this cat. And I'm like, hunter instinct said, do you want to eat it or is this Riku instincts you want to make friends? Like, I'm not really sure what's going on here. So we kept her on a really short leash. But the cat was approaching her. So we're like, okay, keep Riku close and let the cat kind of investigate. And they booped noses. And Riku was like very still. Just let the cat kind of explore her. The cat like rubbed up against her front under her head and like nuzzled her and then left. And so we kept walking. So today we saw the cat again. And so Mike's like, well, the first time they, gave like Eskimo kisses basically, and then went on their way. So Mike's like, okay. So this cat gave her an Eskimo kiss and then rolled out on its back underneath her, paws up like, hi. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So then Riku is like, you're really small. I don't want to play because you're really small. So she just kind of watched this cat roll on her back underneath her nose, stayed very still, and then the cat was still laying down, but got up on its belly and stuck its head in the air like, Eskimo kisses more. So they gave more Eskimo kisses, and I got this really cute picture of Riku and them nose to nose, and it was so cute. And then it was rubbing all up on her. Yeah. So she made friends with a neighborhood cat. And I almost want to post on our Facebook, hey, whose cat is this? Because my dog is in love. But then I also don't want to freak out the owner because Riku's so big. And this is like a pretty small cat. But I'm like, we keep her on a very short leash. We were watching Riku's body language. We're watching the cat's body language, and we're very close so that we can pull away if anything happens. But Riku's so gentle. Like, she's just like,
and she's young.
Well, she's 3 years old, but she's like, I'm gonna let you explore me first. So she's, letting the cat rub up on her, and she's very still. And her tail is going wild, like she is having a blast, but she's like, I'm taking this at your pace, sort of thing. So it's really funny.
I wish Luna was less like, and I know it's because of her past. It has to do with something in her past. And I forgive her for it, for how she is, of just like, I protect.
My whole thing with Luna is that I want to give her the best life, right?
And I want to give her the best life too.
So I don't want her to have to be tethered in the backyard, because I want her to be comfortable enough to go out and play in the backyard.
Yeah. But she also doesn't really
around.
play. She'll lay down in the sun.
But
I think she'll try to.
The aggressiveness with the neighbor dogs is just, it's not safe. She hurts herself on the fence. So, but that's all my thing. I get, it gives me anxiety, but that's only because I want to give Luna the best.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish I knew of a way to like make sure that she's like understands that she is safe and that the dogs aren't going to. But the dogs, also neighborhood dogs, are aggressive. Like I
know. And
I think Luna senses that.
Even Riku the other day, like, usually Riku is super, super nice
and gentle.
Showed her teeth and growled at them the other day, and I was like, who are you and what have you done with my fucking sweetheart?
I'm sorry.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the dogs are really...
Except for the black ones, like Riku.
Yeah.
But then the other ones are, barking and stuff.
And even, like, Vader is perfectly fine. Like, he's
Vader doesn't bark. He just likes to give kisses, like Riku.
And Luna just doesn't know how to react. I think part of it is that she doesn't know how to react because she can see them.
Yeah.
And they're not on
confusing.
A control leash where they're greeting. Like how we greeted our dogs together.
I don't even think we did that properly.
I don't even think we did that properly. Which with Yuki, we're probably going to do properly because Yuki is like 4 months old. And we're waiting till at least a year so that she's fully grown, which is my boyfriend's brother's dog. And she's like much like Riku. Like Yuki is more like Riku in the sense of like she doesn't bark.
Yeah.
She does not.
Just wait till she gets her. So she doesn't bark, does she talk?
No.
Riku didn't talk at first either. It probably took her about a year before she really started to talk to us. And then right now she really is she's only vocal when she wants something.
Yeah.
Or has the zoomies and just can't control herself. But like it's walk time. You better get my harness on me real fucking quick, guys. We're wasting daylight here. Like, no. This is my walk, not yours, human. Like, owning a husky is the biggest blessing of my entire life. But man, is it fun. Like, every day different.
Yeah.
Like, it's not your typical dog. Yeah, no. But they're the biggest joy ever.
Luna is, to me, my biggest joy. I mean...
But I think there's a super cool... Like, I don't have that connection with Luna.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't, because she's not mine.
Yeah. But, like, so I got 2 pieces of chicken at work. And I told our cooks, I'm all like, she will look at me like I killed her puppy if I do not bring her home chicken. She'll be like, you didn't She was acting so weird. She was, I don't know if it's just like both of us having separation anxiety, and she was just all like, you left me with people that don't play with me, that don't pet me. She like moped in her crate until I'm all like, do you want the chicken or not?
We need to make up for. She is the biggest Eeyore.
So like I pulled her chicken apart. I take chicken from work and then I put taco seasoning on it, and then I tortilla and cheese and
Oh, for you.
for me,
Oh.
not Luna.
I was like, I don't
That's
think
my dinner.
I don't think Luna can eat taco seasoning.
They can eat tortillas. They're just flour and water and
Yeah.
This is my topic this week.
Yes.
Tipping culture.
It's so different. So I think it's changed since COVID.
But also,
Because the way to pay bills.
Gen Z paradox.
What? Should we introduce ourselves? I don't know. I think we should just like make a video since we've been talking for like half an hour already.
Okay.
So we should just like, we'll introduce. You'll have heard us introduce already, even though we technically haven't in our
Okay.
brains. Because we'll just.
But also like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh yeah, we have socials, and I'm trying to be more.
We're trying to be more active on Instagram, TikTok, all the things.
I posted to Reddit that our episode was out.
Do we have
And
any
Blue
members?
Sky. No, I don't think so.
It's just us. I think it's just us. I
Probably.
haven't checked our Reddit.
So bad. Social media is in itself is like a full-time job.
Oh yeah. And then I'm on like other like odd Reddits. Like I'm on the Virginian Voyages Reddit because
Someone's going on a cruise. Someone's going on vacation.
so long and people are all like,
Vacation.
I was like, it's fun. I don't take vacations.
Vacay. OMG. You need it. You deserve it.
I do. Oh, we have 4 members. Woohoo!
Oh. Mom. You and me, Mom.
Mom doesn't
Social media is so weird. Like, Facebook now these days is irrelevant. You know what I remember from Facebook? It was this super big deal when I was little. Or when I had Facebook. Poking people.
Yeah. Oh.
Do you remember poking people? Did you poke people?
I didn't poke anyone.
I poked my crush. And it was like this huge fucking deal. To poke my crush. And then like the anticipation of waiting to see if he was going to poke me back or not. Ugh. Man, times were so simple back then.
I just get so distracted. I'm like,
Woo.
ooh. Woo! How we go? Oh, look at this topic. Oh, look at. Okay.
You get distracted. Okay. Focus
Tip.
us.
Tip something. What was I saying? Like tip culture.
Mm.
But no, but also, okay, so with where I want to go with this topic is one because, and I've heard this like conversation amongst other servers where where some of the servers will talk about some of my fellow servers that I work with will be all like, if you have a young couple, they're likely not going to tip.
That's ageist.
That is ageist. Well, no, so like me and my boyfriend went out to eat lunch and our server was rude. Like the whole time. And they didn't ended up not having what I wanted and then was all like asking me like 3 times. And I just felt like I had to pick something and
She was rushing you.
she was rushing me. And like the thing with the check was like, unless they seem like they are leaving, I would never give them the check unless they asked for it. Like, if they finished up their food, and, like, sometimes they'll be like, hey, are we wanting dessert? Are we ready for the check? Like, that's how I bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
We asked for a Pizookie because we went to BJ's. And my brain almost went without the BJ.
Man.
I had a dick joke I wanted to say.
Dick joke.
But, like, we were all like, oh, we want to get a Pizookie. And then she was all like, your rewards, you have a free Pizookie. So your bill is going to be the same cost anyway. So here you guys go. So we just felt even like we just ordered our dessert. And now you want us to pay even though we just ordered our dessert with you right here with our bill?
Yeah.
Like halfway through the dessert, then I would give them the check.
Yeah.
Which I was in charge of tipping, and I have like, so if I hate not tipping 20% because I know how hard the job is.
Yeah.
Because I've been working in the service industry for 4+ years. I'm going on my 5th year now. Like, I just had my 4-year anniversary working with the place that I work with. So I know how hard the job is. I know how hard. So I hate not tipping, but also I'm not going to tip that much if you don't deserve it.
That's such an Xer mentality, though. Like mom and dad's generation. Like, that's how I was taught. And boomer, honestly, too. That's how I was taught tipping worked. Was that tipping was, extra, a sign of good service.
Yeah.
So, like, mom would
I
talk about grandpa, not grandpa, but her grandpa.
Yeah.
Who, if they had bad service, would put a penny under a glass of water. Which is mean and rude, and we don't do that. But, like, we're not that extreme. But, like...
Oh, my gosh. Okay, that reminded me of a story.
But, like, if you don't do good service... Yeah. Like, when we went on our double date.
Yes.
And the server misheard me and gave us 4 orders of pretzel bites. And I'm like, what the... I just said 1. But, but he was super nice about it.
Yes.
And he removed the extras from our bill, but let us keep the baskets.
Well, so
it would be thrown away regardless.
Anyways.
So it would be like, just fucking keep it, but not... He was very nice about it.
He wasn't very like it. He wasn't like, fucking keep it.
No, but he was like, I removed the other 3 off of your bill. You can just keep these, and if you eat them, you eat them. If you don't, you don't, because it's, whatever.
They get because part of that is food handlers. Yeah, it is. You can't cross contamination. Yeah. Like, even if someone's all like, "This is cold. Can you guys just put it in the microwave? Put it back." Yeah, we have to remake your burger. Yeah. Or remake whatever. It happens a lot with burgers.
So Michael's like, even though a mistake, he made it correct and he let us keep it. That was very nice. So he tipped normal.
I did.
He's like,
want to call
even though he made a mistake, he made it right
on that date. What? Golfing would have been so much better if I was tipsy.
You should have ordered.
I should have ordered a drink.
Mike's the only one that had a beer. Like, Cody ordered a Red Bull, and you didn't even drink the water.
I drank a couple of sips. It was tasting weird.
You don't really like to drink water. I should have ordered a soda, and then you would have. But I didn't really want a soda, and I didn't want to drink. I've been very hard on my brain lately with my fitness journey.
Yeah.
Because it's 99% mental. So I'm like, I can only have water. I cannot drink my calories.
But mom's issue with tipping culture of everywhere, you go out for coffee, tip, you go out.
I do tip my barista.
Like, artist. Like, I think I only had, like, one artist, like, in Emerald City Comic Con asked for, like, had the whole tip thing. But every other artist did not, because they put their worth into their prices that should contribute to their worth, or how they feel their worth is.
Their time.
In making it. I had a great conversation with the baristas at Bigfoot. So most of the time I will tip them.
Yeah.
Because most of the time they're making minimum wage like I am. And if I'm having they got great coffee. I won't tip Starbucks.
Yeah, I don't tip at Starbucks. I don't go to Starbucks though. But like, so
I just get their tumblers.
Our local coffee shop, family owned.
Yeah.
And if I'm just buying beans, I don't, because I'm just purchasing beans. Like I don't need them to grind them for me, because our espresso machine does it. So I don't tip then. But if I'm ordering, like I had to rush.
That was a good drink.
Rush to the coffee shop one morning because we were completely out of beans.
Mm-hmm.
I made my first cup of coffee that morning at 6 a.m. and that was it. So I rushed to the coffee shop, and I brought Mike, because Mike was going to have a really busy morning. So he's like, I don't even know if I can make breakfast this morning. So I grabbed him a breakfast burrito from there, and I grabbed him his favorite coffee drink on top of the beans. And I tipped then. They made an espresso drink for me.
Most of the time, the reason why I don't tip at Starbucks is because half of the time the shots are burnt, so they taste awful either way. So I'm not. And Starbucks is just a chain, and they have a good, their business outline and things are actually good for their workers. Although I know they're getting under fire anyways. But anyways, so I don't tip going to Starbucks.
No. But also if I'm at McDonald's, I don't.
Yeah.
Because the person they don't even take my order anymore.
Yeah.
You order at, not that I eat McDonald's very often, but Mike and I were really craving ice cream, and the ice cream shop in town was closed. So the only option was McDonald's. So we went, and there wasn't even a person standing up front. It's all the screens. You tap on the screen and order.
Yeah, then at what point, what are you really tipping?
I'm not going to tip then.
Yeah.
Taco Bell is the love of my life. No. And it's the same way. A screen, contactless, whatever. I'm not tipping. You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You're
if anything, you're tipping them
to
make food.
But you don't give it to the kitchen. I worked at
you worked at Subway.
I did, which is a little different because everyone's the same. There's no cashier, cook. No, we're all the same. So that's
same with Pizza Hut. It's a little bit different. You have, although you're working. There was one time where I was left alone in Pizza Hut because my manager was out. It was just me and the manager, and they were smoking, and I was doing all 6 spots. It was.
Yeah. There's a time where my boss did not anticipate us to have a lunch rush at 2:30.
I remember this story.
And first on a random, Sunday, not even, it was during the week. So it's busy. So that's when she usually, there's about a half hour time frame where there's only one of us, because usually you only get 1 to 2 customers during that time. So there's no point in having more people on staff. I had 15 people walk through the door at once. And not the same party either. It wasn't a big group of people. It was one person after another, after another, after another, after another, after another. Someone in line called the person who ran, my boss, and was all you need to have someone come back here because you have this girl and she is awesome. She is doing amazing. I want to preface that. So then someone
She's also doing this one-handed.
Right. So I'm making sandwiches and checking people. I have to cash people out. So I'm making sandwiches and cashing people out at the same time and going back and doing this. And I'm just working. And my boss goes, "Why the fuck didn't you call me?" And I'm like, when? Why? What?
These people just showed up at once.
She's like,
what am I?
I'm helping I'm not gonna be all like, hold on, I have to call my boss. No, I'm gonna make their sandwiches and get them out of the door. Like, that's my number one priority. It's not call for help.
That's where my brain would have went.
She was like, why didn't you call me for help? Like, I would, because when she got the phone call from the customer that was waiting in line, A, talking about how good I was, and B, is there someone who can come and help her? Like someone came in early, and I'm like, thank God you're early. And she's like, yeah, so-and-so called and said you needed help. I was like, oh. And so, yeah, my boss was like, why didn't you fucking call me? And I was like, because my number one priority is make sandwiches and get people out the door, not call you for help. I've never been told that I could ask for help. No one ever taught me this. What? I can ask for help? What is this concept?
That's just, I think that's honestly partially of like the way that we're raised.
You don't ask for help, you just do. Well, that's the other thing too. At the gym the other day, so we were doing battle ropes.
Yeah.
And so we had to do waves, which is each in one hand, wave it, and then slams, which for slams it's fine because I just hold both ropes in one hand and I have my other hand just assist.
Yeah.
And do that. But like the waves, I tried to wrap it around. I get rope burn. Like I've like given myself some serious fucking rope burn. I'm like, I'm not doing that again. Or I like stick it under my armpit and like try. It doesn't work very well. So, but I don't ask for help because I'm like, I've been going to that gym for a year, so all the modifications I know, so I don't have to ask for help. And we don't do battle ropes very often, so I just kind of make it work. So the coach takes one of those like little mini bands, resistance bands, and wraps it around the end of the rope, and she's like, here, stick your hand in there. And I'm like, why the fuck didn't I think of that? I'm like offended. Not offended, but I'm like, so I like, you know, stick my hand in there, and I'm like, whoa, this is so cool. I'm like, thanks for the assist there, coach. But like, and then I'm like, why the fuck didn't I? That's such an easy, because like I spent my childhood strapping things to my arm. So I'm like, why didn't I think to rope something around my hand to be able to do it? I'm like, Rock Band.
Oh yeah, with the drum.
I would take hair ties, and that's what I did with the battle. That's what we did with the battle ropes, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't I think of that?
I don't know. Because you would do that with the drumsticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd strap the drumsticks to my hand, and so I'd be able to hit. Yeah, I was actually very disappointed in the fact that I couldn't figure out. And then my coach, 2 seconds, fixed, there you go. And so then I went to the gym the next day, and so they all have a group chat, and so she was all like, hey, I've got this modification for Abigail. So I'm famous with the coaches, especially when I first started and I needed a lot of modifications. They like had this thread of, hey, this is what Abigail and I did for this exercise, this is what we did for this exercise. So if all the coaches know ahead of time what modifications I needed in advance, the coach that did for the battle ropes put that in. And so the coach was like, hey, so Bree was talking about this one modification for the battle ropes. And I'm like, oh yeah, I was offended that I didn't even, not offended, I was like, I was so disappointed that I didn't even think about it. And she's like, I'm so confused. Like, she took a red band, and we have like the long resistance bands, and I was like, no, the mini bands that we use. And she's like, oh, that makes so much more sense. And I was like, yeah, it was amazing. But I didn't know to ask for help. I was just trying to do. I was like, so like my mentality of like just going and doing it is like, go.
That's what mom and dad did. Like they just,
they kind of just let me figure it out.
Well, yeah, and a lot of it, I didn't have a lot of like issues where
we needed to ask for help.
So like, I didn't ask for help with mental health, because who would do that? Millennial mentality, even though I'm Gen Z.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome.
Great.
Pass that on to you.
Well, when a math teacher was all like, you cannot ask your parents for help. You have to come to me. I ended up failing.
Are you in my living room? when I do my homework. Like, what the fuck? No.
I wasn't allowed to, like, we got specifically told by this math teacher not to ask for our parents for help because it was Common Core stuff.
Common Core. Fuck that.
Bullshit. Well, Dad will be all like, you were really smart for your age. You caught on the old stuff quicker than the new stuff. And then, like, Abby would have issues with calculus, and you would
I never
be able
took calculus.
Pre-calc.
I did not take pre-calc either. Dude,
Well,
I did the bare fucking minimum in math.
It
was probably algebra 2 or something.
There was a problem that you were having issues with and that I was able to do.
I mean, maybe, like, in my senior year, there were, like, at the end, there was, like, pre-calc prep, because you would take pre-calc next.
Yeah.
That I was like, fuck no. Even in
like,
college,
we're
I'm like,
asking Dad for help. I'm like, we got taught how to do this. I don't know what he's talking about because I don't remember that.
yeah, but I know for a fact, and I'm probably supposed to like take pre-calc or something, but like nah. And then when I got to college, it was like math for elementary school majors.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like we would do elementary. No, we would do the hard. Was hard math, but then it was also like we used elementary school products to do the hard math, so that then we could help. We could make lesson plans for the easy stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for little kids. So it was like we were learning hard math in a little kid fun way, so that we then knew how to make math fun for little kids. So,
I love that for you.
I loved it for me too, because I'm like, I can building blocks, yes please, make shapes and geometry with toothpicks, sure. Yeah.
I loved, what was it? It was toothpicks and marshmallows. It was in geometry. Yeah. That was like my favorite.
Did you ever do the bridge project in 5th grade where you had to try and build a bridge and whoever could hold the most weight?
Nope.
That was such a fun project. And you could only use, it was either toothpicks or popsicle sticks and glue. Like I
just remember building stuff with marshmallows and
but
we're getting sidetracked.
But yeah, I did not take difficult math because I was like, that's just not my life.
But yeah, I mean, that just, I don't know. So, also, it's really, I have a weird, but also, me as a to-go specialist, I should not be being all like, hey, let's get this remade for a new, a manager should be.
Sound like you're manager material.
I am manager material. I've been doing this for 4 years.
Just
and part of this is because
promote.
Part of this is because when I worked at the other location, my GM there was all like, I was dealing with the phone calls with the customers, and he would be all like, you need tell them that's going to take 3 to 4 days. And there was a time where I was almost in tears, and when I finally finished the call, he's like, if she was berating you, you could have passed it to me. I'm like, well, now you tell me. Because I would be like, I am watching my manager refund your money right now. It will take 3 to 4 business days. It will take 3 to 4 business days. I promise you, I am watching my manager do it now. She's like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm just watching him doing, but I'm not sure it's happening. Who the fuck knows? Like, no, I just have air up here. Like, fuck. Some people, are you sure? No.
No.
I'm not. I wouldn't be. My sarcasm could never.
I have to stop myself from being sarcastic.
You're like,
but at the end of the night, the guy with the crispy chicken sandwich, and I felt so bad. And I'm assuming he went to the Sounders match against a Portland soccer team, because there's been
Timbers?
I think, well, no, he was wearing red and white, but I saw like Sounders match on my TikTok feed this morning, and I was like, so I'm assuming there was a Sounders match last night? Because he was driving from Seattle to Portland, and he was having like a soccer jersey on. So I just assumed that there was a Sounders match. I'm all like, you are an enemy. No, I'm joking.
You better watch it. Seattle fans are wild.
I remember.
We are a different breed, to be honest.
We are a different breed, especially when it comes to Sounders. Like, we'll yell, "You suck, asshole." I get that from my uncle.
Yeah, Uncle taught you bad words at Sounders matches. It's okay.
Get off the field, asshole! Come on, let's play! I love going to Sounders match.
They're so much fun. But yeah, between Seahawks fans, Sounders fans, Mariners. I think we're fine.
We're calm with our baseball.
Well, that's because we suck.
Hockey?
Hockey's big.
I haven't gone to a hockey match.
We also recently got a cricket team.
I wonder. Oh, my boyfriend really wants us to get Sonics back, our basketball team.
Yeah.
Because if you look at his driver's place, it's a California plate, but it's Sonics.
Yeah. We really should have a basketball team, to be honest. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? No, but we recently got a cricket team. And they are the orcas.
I love that.
And it's an orca. It's got a hat. It's got a crown on. And it's got a cricket bat over his shoulder. It's the cutest orca I have ever seen. I love it. I might be a cricket fan just so I could have like a hat with the logo, because I freaking love it. Yeah, Mike and I went to the bar, and they were playing cricket for some strange reason, and everyone at the bar was trying to figure out cricket rules. So we were all like, what does this mean? What do you guys think? And so we're like literally socializing with every other group at the bar, trying to figure out the rules to the game.
We're gonna, like, the fact is that we
learned quite a bit.
But we, like, fucking adapt. Like, when we want to, like...
Well, yeah, when we got a hockey, when we got a hockey team, we were living on the East Coast, but, and, DC has a hockey team.
Yeah.
So, but it was new for us. Once Seattle got a team, we're all like, fuck yeah, we're going to be hockey fans now. So,
I've been told that hockey is so much fun to watch.
It is so much fun to watch. There is so much aggression.
Well, I used to work up in Northgate, and you could watch our hockey team play, because that's where... I
never wanted a fight to break out more than when I'm watching hockey. It's just so hard.
It's just so much fun to yell, get him off the field!
Fight, 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 fight. Yeah. And then there's like literally a penalty box for players to go and cool off.
I love when I see, like, what is it and what team is it, where it's like a hockey, it's probably a couple, and they have a dog that will, like, go after the pucks on ice. And it's the cutest thing, and it's a golden retriever, because golden retrievers are, like, awesome.
Be a husky. Ice.
It's a golden retriever. I think.
But yeah, no, hockey is fun. Hockey is hard to watch on TV, though, because it's on Root Sports for us, and Root Sports you can only get with Fubo.
Well, when we went to...
Fubo sucks.
The funniest thing was going to the MLS a couple years ago when Sounders were in, and it was in Seattle. And we're, like, all Sounders except this one Canadian. And he, like, gets so pissed. It was, like, the funniest thing. It was all, like, you gotta see outside of your section. And we're all doing our chants of, like, when when you say the last name with the goal.
He probably thought he was going to a normal soccer game where fans aren't crazy, but he went to Seattle, and we're wild.
We are louder.
Yeah.
Let's go, Thunders, here we go.
We're not. We didn't get the loudest record, causing a minor earthquake for nothing. Okay.
We could probably cause one of our volcanoes to explode.
Oh, that might be fun.
I was joking. We do not need Mount Rainier or Mount St. Helens or Mount
challenge
Adams
accepted.
or Glacier Peak. We do not need any of our volcanoes to
Knock on wood. But
to erupt. That was a joke.
But yeah, he probably thought that, he was. But we're insane.
We're unhinged.
Yeah. So I went to a soccer game in DC when the Sounders were in town.
Yeah.
So I'm decked out in my
we have our
Sounders
scarves.
gear, my scarves. I got Micah scarf because I'm we got to represent because we're in DC.
Yeah.
So when I was buying tickets outside of your projected, your fan base, I'm where are the Sounders people gonna sit? But the ticket places don't tell you, so you're just kind of fucking winging it.
Yeah.
So of course, we were surrounded by DC United fans, which is fine, but they were not as loud as the little tiny Sounders section that was on the other side of the stadium. I could hear them.
Yeah, we're loud. Well, we have Let's Go Sounders.
Yeah. We're special.
Let's go Sounders. And then
I can't even remember all of them.
I can't remember. I have to be in the stadium and then it a mind click.
Yep.
It
just comes back to
I
you.
want to take Cody to a Sounders game with the fucking passion. I need to talk to an uncle or Connor. Because I know sometimes if he doesn't go.
Yeah. But yeah. We're a special
Mom and Dad stopped having season tickets. I hate them for that.
Hey, you guys should do that again.
So I can
go. Yeah. Ugh, stiff. I wore shorts to the gym for the first time. I don't think I will ever do that again. My butt kept eating them, so they're longer than my ass, right? But then I kept moving and they kept riding up to my butt cheeks, so then they looked like booty shorts. And I was wearing a long shirt.
That issue too.
So it didn't look like I was wearing shorts at all.
My stand goal, even though I'm not standing.
That's good for you. I'll take a win, But yeah, so I don't think that I'll be doing that again. But I was impressed with looking at my muscles.
Yeah.
Actually being able to see them for once, because that was kind of cool. Because I look at my muscles and I'm yeah. And then where I'm wearing a crop top, I see it. I see shadows of abs, not quite abs yet, but
there's muscle.
shadows.
There's no
and
muscle.
It makes me happy. Well, could change that.
No.
Okay.
I'm fine with my flower.
That's fine. As long as you do you.
I have more leg muscle than I do arm muscle.
Everyone's legs. Well, think of your legs are always.
Well, yeah, they're always working.
Always working, moving your body. So your arms are a little. Your abs do more than you think that they do. Chair has rotated and you look stuck, but I'm just not sure how to help you without breaking your leg, to be honest, because do a 360. Hannah can't sit still.
I can't can't. I have ADHD. I popped my hip at a place at work, and
Okay, Grandma. Do you need a hip replacement? What's going on over there? You know what would help?
exercising. You sound like, okay, Dad. Okay.
And I'm coming from experience. Do you know how many times I would have?
Well, so I probably don't need to wear my knee brace anymore for work, but I still wear it because I like to wear skirts, and you're technically supposed to wear jeans. But I would have to get probably an autism diagnosis to actually explain why I need to wear a skirt instead of jeans, because I hate the texture. But also, I used to work at Pizza Hut, and those jeans got so fucking doughy.
Yeah.
Where it just... hated... Ugh.
Gross.
Makes me want to throw up just thinking about that texture of the jeans. But, like, okay, so talking about tipping culture, back. Because since I'm going on a cruise, and one thing that I found, like, really interesting, because there was a creator, he's handicapped, and he's on a Disney cruise. Tipping isn't included in his price. So there's a lot of cruise lines that tipping is added on after your stay.
Mm-hmm.
Which I find really interesting because Virgin voyages, tipping is included in your costs. They're all like, we'll take care of you, don't tip, which is weird to me. Like, that gives me so much anxiety.
Well, it's like with restaurants these days, sometimes gratuities already added to the bill, so then do you tip?
Which I wish no, because
but what if you got shit service? Like, so like a 20% gratuity has already been added to your bill, but I got shit service. They don't deserve the 20%.
My thing is with like big parties, I think it should be mandatory.
Yeah,
because most of the time you're having. I had this one night. Oh my gosh. This was, like, really weird, and this isn't, like, a normal thing to happen at said restaurant, where I was supposed to be training someone, and they ended up pulling me to, take care of this party downstairs. They have kind of, like, reserved it, but kind of not, and I was taking care of them for the night. So instead of doing my normal to-goes, and I'm like, RSPs, if they help me, they're not gonna get tipped out. And they were just all like, they just wanted someone to be there to like fill their waters and to get food when they wanted it. But they were there for probably like they were gonna be there for so long, so they just decided that I was gonna be taking care of them. I did make good money. I think it was like a 12 top. Or like 20 people. But like not everyone ordered food.
Yeah.
But like I try to make sure, and I'm like also like trying to kind of train. So I was kind of like, well, you know what? To-goes and serving are kind of similar in the sense, one, you're just up front using the POS. Serving, you're using the SAM, which is a lot different. And they're kind of shit. But also our new system is shit. Because...
every system is shit. That doesn't leave the corporate world, by the way.
Well, no, our KDS... I don't know what the KDS stands for. All I know is that the POS stands for piece of shit.
Point of sale. Jeez.
We all call it piece of shit.
I know what POS is for, piece of shit. No, point of sale.
There were a couple people that had never worked in like a restaurant industry, and we're all like, you guys 86 things? Yes! It is an actual term. actually 86 people from the restaurant? Yes.
We do indeed.
We do indeed. Although some people don't follow that.
Mm.
But anyways. Yeah, point of service. Point of sales. Although a lot of us call it piece of shit. But our new system, we got it the week of we got it, the day that we got it was a day that 3 different graduations were going on. One graduation in the morning, one graduation midday, one graduation at night.
Yeah.
We had to learn that system
When you're really, really busy.
when we're really, really busy.
Mm.
No one got trained on it beforehand. No one got trained on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then come the weekend, we're still learning it. I get pulled from to-goes to serve at night. My food had been sitting in the window and a salad had been sitting under a hot plate. I ring in the food I ringed in the salad like 3 times to make sure that it got made. Still, 45 minutes in, they hadn't gotten it. It had already been deleted off of their check. I don't know what to do at this point. I tried to communicate to the tables and the tables around them. And then the salad I rushed to the table, set it down, and was like, I'm sorry, and ran off. Because I didn't know what to say. I'm like, I could just explain, but it's just going to sound like excuses. Nothing is that I'm say is going to make it better. So I just ran away. And I felt really bad. And if you guys are listening to this, I am so sorry. Our new system sucks. Like, we've had issues with our to-go printer. So the printer that prints on sticky media, it will jam where you have a roll in it to that helps feed the paper, and then the knife that cuts it. Well, sometimes there's a space between the knife that cuts the sticky media and the roller that rolls it up to feed it through. Will end up getting in between the knife and going around that roller, and it will jam the printer. I've also had it where out of the blue our printer freaks out. So I'm not gonna print anymore actual shit that you need. I'm just gonna feed the paper all the way through, and it will end in a long ticket. So I just shut off our printer and turn it back on. We've also had it where the same thing happened with that long piece of paper. We're now actually printing black dots.
That's fun.
It's fun. So our to-go systems are getting worse, and everything is
awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team. I remember when the Lego movie came out.
Not catch my sarcasm?
Yeah, no.
Well, that's our episode.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And if you haven't watched our previous episodes, go watch those because they're pretty cool too.
And they're more structured.
Sort of, not really. Yeah, we're just here vibing, guys.
Just vibing.
Just having a vibe. Break from reality.
Because reality sucks.
Ain't that the truth? All right, we'll catch you on the flip side.